Hello again, it's Mr. Riedemann. Now we're going to talk about how to make components. The last video we did is just to create an assembly and then we placed the two components in. Now we're going to talk about mating those two. If you're in Inventor, that's called constraining. In Solidworks, it's called mating. And basically what that means is, as you can see, I can click and drag and change that part, not really change that part, but move this part wherever on the screen. So we want, let's say, to actually lock that into place into this part, but I'm not going to just do it by placing it like this, because once you get it, then somebody can just click and drag it away. So what that function is called is our mate function. Now what I like to do is our main component, our first component placed was this L-shaped piece. So I always click on a feature on it first, and then you can see where that face shows up here in the mate selections, and we've got all these different mates. We'll get into these a little more detail later on, but basically right now for our puzzle cube we're going to do just the coincident mate. So we know that face needs to be pressed up against and flush with this face. Now what we have are a couple options here. We've got this reverse option. We can flip our mate alignment, and what that does is keep the two, I don't want to say they're facing in the same direction, but we actually want them facing each other. This is our undo, and then we can hit check, and then it clears out our mate selections and allows us to go on to the next one. So if I go ahead and hit check here, what you'll see is when I move this part, it's going to be constrained to be within that plane. So even if I move it, it's still within that plane. It looks like it moves away, but it really doesn't. It just moves along that plane. So then we're going to click our mate again, and we're going to make this face, actually let me Control Z that, no, we're going to cancel that. We're going to insert component because I want to go on that, not insert component, mate, because we want to go on the L-shaped part first, click there, and then we want to click on this face. We want to hit our check mark, and then you can see where we're starting to align this quite a bit. Now this is where you as a designer you have to decide what faces need to be mated to which parts. It's critical because if you move a part, then you may change your assembly, so you really have to think about how things go together. So our next one, for instance, I can click on this top surface to this, or I can go to the bottom surface to here. On this design it doesn't really matter, but in some designs it might, and that's what you want to be aware of as a designer and keeping those straight, how they're going to work. So there we go. There's our mate components. If there's a way to make it look a little bit better too, you can right click and go to the colors, and let's pick a nice red color for that, just to make it stand out a little bit better. And then you can actually see that's a separate component. So that's how you make components. In our next video we're going to go over how we change those mates, and that's a little bit of foreshadowing here. So hope that helps out. Thanks.